viewers, welcome to Curiosity Show. I am your host Linda Ogwitipu. Okay, we have an interesting topic today. Yeah, I know most of you might have been anticipating this topic. Yeah, some of you might have been confused. This has to do with, relationship and marriage. Can you marry a person or someone your family did not approve of? Yes, you heard me right. Okay, we have some persons in the house, to deal on this topic, to treat it like, to give you, what you're expecting to hear. Just sit back, relax. Okay, with me in the house today, we have Ambassador Patrick Ikebua and Mrs. Perpetua Maduka. Sit back. Okay, Mrs. Perpetua, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Ambassador, you're welcome.
It's a pleasure.
So good to have you in the show.
Madam.
Okay. Let me start with you. I should start with him first. Okay, Ambassador Patrick.
Wow.
Take the floor. So, can you marry someone your family did not approve of?
Okay, like the question goes, it's just straightforward. To
Yeah,
myself.
it's straightforward
it's
to you.
Not, it's not about. It's not about a general perspective. Okay. If I can marry somebody my family did not approve of, I think that's the beginning of conflict issues, conflict challenges. Personally, I think we don't exist for love alone. Marriage is not for love alone. Yeah. When you marry somebody, the person is married to your family too.
Yes.
Okay? He's not married to you alone. First, I would want to understand the basis of concern. Why is my family not approving this? I think that would have formed a basis for me to key in or decline such statements. Even as a person, I think as a man, I am matured enough to know what I want
What's good for you?
and what I don't want. So if you are giving me your opinion, when I look at it and look at it from my own angle, I should be able to take it side by side and strike a decision. And then striking a decision as a person, because you've reflected on this and you referred to me directly, can you? So going on that very subject, I would say for me, it is very difficult for me to say I will marry somebody my family did not approve of. It will be extremely difficult for me. The reason is because I have always enjoyed love of the family.
Yeah.
I grew up from a family that happens to have love amidst them, especially from the nuclear axis. Okay. So I do not think I would want to, be a barrier to that family. My parents should be happy that I am married.
Yes, you're married.
My family, my wife should also be happy that she's married to a particular family. When they bring forth this reason that no, don't marry this girl, then give me the reasons why you don't want me to marry the girl. It's fine with me, okay? And if for any reason they are giving me a superior argument, I will key into it. But if they are not giving me such superior argument, it is left for me also to advise, to also make sure I put them in limelight of who the girl is. I think there is a particular part of the Bible, the part of the scripture that says, I think Jesus was asking his disciples, who do people say I am? And why some said this, some said that, some said this.
So you okay? Messiah?
At that moment, Jesus was misrepresented in some of them, in their defense. Why? Who? I think it was. Don't mind me. The Bible. Peter. Thank you. Don't mind me. Who actually gave the right response? Yeah. You are the Son of Man, and all of that. So the emphasis is not about what people say; it's about what you know. So I do not believe you are giving me ideas because you heard Mama Nkechi said,
okay,
and Mama Timothy said. Tell me what you know about her. I will be able to look at the experiences and then key into the process. But for me, like I said, it will be very, very difficult, and I wish never to venture into such positions of getting married to whom my family did not approve of. I won't honestly.
Okay, I will come back to you. So, over to you, Ms. Professor. Can you do that?
Like, okay, he stated some parts that he grew up in a family where there's love. There should be reasons for their decision.
Yeah.
You cannot, like, somebody will say, you brought somebody home as a girl, you brought a man home. And to the best of your knowledge, you know the family you are coming from. Before taking anybody home, everybody has their lapses. Everybody has their
no one is perfect.
points. Yes, everybody has their bad, their good, their everything. But your bad part should not supersede your good parts. So that issue of coming home and maybe when the person has come, they will call you and say, my dear, I don't like this man. I don't like him. Okay, mommy, daddy, why don't you like this person? Okay, your parents will be like, okay, the way I saw him, he's not this, he's not that. That's when he comes in and say, give me your reasons. You know, do not actually judge a book by the cover. Some persons may appear indecent. Like the first time I met somebody and he was like, I don't know you are like this. Your face looks scary. You are not. You don't laugh. You don't do that. You know. I met it and I said, I don't know you are lively. Your face okay. And bringing it to marriage now, and maybe he takes me to his family, and they see me like that, and be like, no, that's that girl. If you marry her, we go kill all of us. You know, things like that. It's not left for the person to be like, no, mommy, people don't understand.
Like
she's not like this, or he's not like this. That's where questioning, bringing your family and your partner, because for the happiness to be there, because you cannot afford to marry your partner and lose your family. And you too, you cannot lose your partner and lose your family, all those kind of a thing. So some persons will misunderstand. Like a guy took a girl home for introduction, and she has this problem that when she has dysmenorrhea, she acts aggressively. She becomes rude. It's not her fault, but at that point in time, she has to be there with that problem at that particular time. So how do you handle that? In going to the family and no, this girl to get bad mouth. No, she can't come into our family. It's not left for you to say, mommy, not be like that too. See what's in be her problem. You understand? Then if they come to conclusion and say, okay, you sure? It's not left for them to watch the person. And if truly your partner is like that, you can equally tell the person, see what my people talk. Me, I don't know how to sugarcoat something. I will tell you, my sister say no like you because of so thing. What do you think? Your sister not like me. Why not go like me? This one is okay. See the reason. Say we're already acting the way she said it or she saw you. So there are two types. I can, if the reasons
are not valid
enough. Like somebody will say, you no get money. What does he have to offer? Like that line, what does he have to offer? I'm not saying that we should marry poor person. Nobody likes suffer. But there's something they call vision.
Foresight.
And there are some persons that you will grow them in marriage. My lecturer will say that there's something you cannot achieve if you are single. No matter how you try, provided you are single, you may not achieve that thing. It's only 50-50. But there are things that once you get married, you achieve it very easily because of the help of somebody.
Of course.
It's not financial help. Two heads, they say, are better than one. Two good heads.
Even the Bible says
not two stupid heads. Two good heads are better than one. So there are some things that marriage. That's why marriage is the only sacrament within them. Now God bless him. Jesus Christ did his first miracle for marriage. So if there's joy, then okay, you talk to your parents and they see reasons, okay, I just say so you, then there should be reason for revisiting. You cannot see somebody on a first note and you just conclude, or maybe you heard that their family is bad.
Said this about
some persons will say,
there's a particular group he's from. Those people are just considered.
Or some persons will say, these people family they fight a lot. This family, no, I've heard their story, they fight. It's true, it happens. You know, that's what most of us suffer, to generalize something. They will generalize it and say, these people from this place now, so their things be. But come to think of it, if you go to meet individuals, you know that they are different. So you don't just have to generalize something. So when they come and say, I don't like this person, we'll discuss. I'll talk to my, because now I'm the third party. I'm the one in the middle. I have my relationship to protect. I have my family to protect.
Right.
So I have to balance it, because I can't get married and my family will abandon me. The same family will still come to your notice and say, you don't get what you do for us. That's another thing. That's another thing. They will be like, I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. And, you know, our parents, let's say they are not of this age. I know of a family that they will they told their daughters not to marry from the East.
Okay.
Because of the story they heard about our Igbo brothers. You know, my daughter can never, anybody where you carry all those things, yes. Anybody will be Igbo person, no, I won't accept it. And the thing is really affecting some of the children that want to follow their parents' instruction. I know that it's good to obey them, but sometimes make them understand that era has passed. That's where this generalization comes in. You don't have to generalize it that you heard or you see. So a person will marry a person, see what they do. It's true. They victimize people that are not from their place. I don't know. It's true that the Igbo men, sorry, I don't know, that they victimize the women they marry.
Okay, that is not from the tribe.
That is not from
something.
their tribe. Maybe not the men, but the family. So because of that, most people will be like, I beg to avoid long talk. But we are educated now. Most people have stopped that kind of life. Like some persons have that mindset that Yorubas, they are polygamous in nature. That they are polygamous in nature. So because of that, you'll be like, no, I cannot marry a Yoruba man. No. Even if you know marry second wife, you will get side chick, you know, because of that. And by so doing, you are losing so many things. So that's the truth. That's my own. My own point is that I can, if their reasons are not valid, then I can't. I will still leave the relationship if they have a concrete and genuine reasons. That's just it.
Okay. So, you talked about me, you know, throwing the question directly to you. Okay. So, what would be your advice, you know, to people out there? Do you think they should, you know, go ahead to marry someone their family did not approve of, or they should try to see reasons, like she said, and you also stated that as well in the very, you know, first statement you gave, and all of that. So, what do you think should be the advice? Especially looking at, you know, to this generation. After a while, I think, well, for your family to say don't marry a particular person, they have reasons enough. Like the saying goes, what an elderly person, you know, sits down to see. You as a child, you might not really see it. Yeah, I've encountered something of such where a family member, an elderly person in my family, told somebody not to get married to a particular woman, and he ended up getting married to her. And today, men, they are not divorced. They've been trying to, you know, manage, patch up, and all of that, but it's a wall on earth. So, what do you have to say to those people? I know it's not always the case anyway. Sometimes your family can say, don't marry this person, and you end up marrying and you not regret. Yes. And some, you will end up regretting every step on the way, every decision you take. So what do you have to say?
Obviously, I believe in when you're ready for marriage, you should be matured enough. Okay, and I, for one, would believe in balancing two. You know, marriage is an institution. Family is also ordained. Are you getting it? So when we talk about family, a lot of things comes from the family. The unity, the love, and all of that. But like I pointed out clearly, I said love alone is not enough for marriage. You should also see beyond the sin. And in seeing beyond the sin, you will now have to understand that basically, when you conceptualize the issue of marriage, then you should be able to consider yourself, your family factor, the female factor.
Okay.
And sincerely speaking, to take such decision, you should be at the middle to find out. It should be researchable. You should be able to find out why your family is against the phenomenal approach of you choosing who you want. And that is my concern for my viewers. I would want you to make sure you carefully examine purpose. Look at the person you wish to get married to.
Yeah.
What the family is saying, is that exactly what you are feeling of that person? And what you are saying, does it contradict what your family is saying? Be in the middle. You don't rush into it. If you're very sure and you've made up your mind to marry that person, wait for some while. Keep enjoying peace. Ensure that you bring peaceful coexistence between the girl and the family. Because as a person, I would not advise and I would not advocate for a man going to get married to a woman just like that and then sideline the family. I wonder who is to bless that marriage.
Yeah.
Or a woman going to marry a man without consulting and explicitly accepting the approval of the parents. I wonder who is to bless it from the other angle. Because marriage is blessed by parents sometimes, though the sacrament is from God. And we must also understand that there is an authority over us. And that is why we have parents. I believe and I will always advocate, just like I am telling my viewers today, what you need to do is to ensure a peaceful coexistence before you enter into the marriage. But then be sure of whom you want to get married to. Thank you.
So what would you advise?
He has said it all, is to check, because make sure peace reign. Make sure, like you said, it may not always come out negative. It may not always come out negative that they said don't marry. Change is the only thing constant. Somebody may be bad today, but tomorrow comes to come and say, this thing is not good, I will change. So just balance it. If you think you need for explanation, there's need for explanation. Explain, make things work out because of love for your partner and for your family.
So you heard it all. Love alone is not always enough. And never you dish out your family or sideline them because you feel, oh, the man is there for you today. Hey, marriage will open your eyes. It's an eye opener. Yes. So imagine you getting married to a man. Your family says no, you go ahead to marry, and at the end of the day, he starts punching you. What will you have to do? Who will you talk to? Is it the family you said, I beg, your opinion not count. I beg, mommy, daddy, that one they talk now old school, this one a new class. Yeah, you face reality. So my dear, of course she also said, two good heads are better than one. Of course the Bible stated that, saying one can chase 1,000 and two can chase 10,000. See you some other time. Bye.